guapo en la pantalla.
Aber taucht langsam ab, gell? Langsam weg, schnell runter. Soll klappen.
Chicos, acordaos que tenéis que ducharos.
que voy a llegar.
Camilo bajaba y daba posición. Ella bajaba.
Bajar en la posición de cada uno, o sea, los guardas deben bajar, sentarse, salir disparados, regresar. Los porteros deben llegar, bajar, sentarse, salir disparados, regresar.
Ok, ahora vamos a tocar la portería. La primera, vamos a bajar directamente forma de triángulo, ¿vale? Que vaya por la derecha, va por la derecha en el esquema, que va por la izquierda, ¿vale? Por la izquierda en su izquierda, ¿vale? Vamos saliendo del centro y vamos haciendo, ¿vale? Empezamos la primera en diagonal, la segunda vamos a bajar y vamos a hacer una diagonal hacia arriba, la tercera vamos a bajar en media agua, vamos a subir sin respirar, la vamos a hacer a bajar hasta el fondo, y la cuarta la vamos a ir por el suelo, subo media agua, continúo y acabo subiendo arriba, ¿vale? Siempre hacia los lados, ¿vale? Hacia aquí, o derecha o izquierda, ¿eh? Si no pasa nada, nos vamos a poner aquí todos en fila, mirándonos como si fuéramos un ejercicio, y voy a decir ya, ¿vale? Que vaya derecha a derecha y que vaya izquierda a izquierda. La primera, diagonal de las esquinas del campo, la segunda, bajamos recto y hasta la esquina del campo, la tercera, en la mitad de agua, subo sin respirar y vuelvo a bajar, y la última, bajamos por la mitad y bajamos en eso. Siempre como volvamos hacia su esquina.
felicidades por el pico.
Sí, a mí
Lo referís, lo referís.
Oh, es que Inés llevaba una uña de tocar guitarra. Que siempre se deja una así.
¿Puedo ir al agua?
¿Ya te revisaron?
Sí, ya me he revisado.
Rita, ¿qué tal la huida? Ahí la...
Pues me ha costado un montón bajar, pero ahora estoy bajando mejor y estoy contento.
Los que ya están revisados, y ok, ya al agua, ¿vale?
Pero quédate con la bañadita.
Sí, sí. Un cuarto de hora cada uno. Chicos, cada uno al agua lo que necesite hacer. Hacer sprint, hacer sprint. Manejo de balón. Háganle la circulación de balón. Háganle el balón. Eso, vayan por el balón, vayan por el balón. ¿Vale? Gracias al roto por el balón. Chicos, vayan a la circulación de balón por los austríacos. Vale, tú tienes ese balón, por favor. Que no se asusten después.
Ahora he visto las de Colombo y digo, joder, vaya fotones. Y yo que no pillo ninguna. Ya enseñamos.
Poco a poco.
Voy a hacer así.
Es el mismo movimiento que ayer y ya está.
Eso es la poeta. Paso casas.
Me dicen que no eso. Que no. Que no. Prohibido, claro, es que la manera está prohibida en cualquier cosa que les explique.
Ah, de... Sí, entendemos.
Es que lo que no debía haber hecho Dani es mostrárselo. Tenemos ya el secreto y se lo mostramos.
¿Lo quieres más gordo?
Venga, la circulación de balón, chicos. Vayan, vayan, toquen balón. 15 minutos de balón. can send a message.
Okay. Hello everyone, we're back. It's me, Amanda, from last match, and Davrel is going to comment this match. We have Spain playing in white against Austria in blue. This is one of the first before I say something wrong, this is one of the first matches when there was after group play. No.
Yeah, this is one of the first matches after group play. Yeah.
So we're trying to get up the whatever. You can just go if we don't have the player list. Okay. I'm not a technical genius, so let me know if you doesn't hear me right. I have the chat open, so you can ask questions while the match is on. On the Austria men's team, actually Austria for me it's quite a new team. I haven't played against them on the women's side. I don't know so much about the players, so for me it's gonna be exciting to see them play. Looks like a very young team from Austria. It's kind of cool. And also I think a lot of the team members are quite new playing on the net in the championship. So this is probably quite a learning game for them. Spain is a much more experienced team. Let's see. So if you see number 5 at the Spanish team, Alejandro, he has played 3 World Championships, so he's quite experienced player, same as number 8. And I think a lot of the
Teams
players
ready?
in Spain, they played in
6
the
players.
World Champion in Gras. There we go. Austria was the first to catch the ball. Same as a number 11 on the Spanish team. I think actually he played for Australia maybe on the World Championship, because he lived there for a while. He started kind of the underwater rugby movement in Australia. Actually played with them once when I was backpacking there, years back. And the number 74 at the Spanish team, the one you see in the He jumped just in the water now, going on as a goalie. He plays with Akkaren in Norway, Oslo. So he's one of my club teammates.
Lou.
No, Daniel Garcia. He
Okay.
plays for the British team.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Testing.
So as I said, Austria is a quite new team, and it looks like not many of them have been at the European or World Champion before. But they look like they played a lot of rugby before.
So far, all the pressure has been on Spain.
Sound is good. Very nice. So if there are any Austria people watching now, and you know the players at Austria, it would be great if you had some information about them. Some club information that would be funny to share with everyone else.
We're now at the first 3 minutes, sorry, of play, and almost all the possession has been with Austria.
Yeah, I can see here that it's the fourth place against the fifth place in two different pools, or what you call it.
Testing. Okay.
So we can see that Austria is playing in attack, and they have had the ball for a long while. Now it's a good chance for them to score because the defender is gone on the Spanish team.
Oh, now finally Spain gets the ball. They have to be able to hold on to it here, otherwise they're going to be under pressure again, and it's already happening. How long do you think Spain can hold out with this kind of pressure, Amanda?
Hard to say, but usually when a team attacks for so many minutes, in the end it's very, very hard to have a solid defense over time, because it's you have to fight to get the ball, in the same time you have to be defenders and the goalie have to always do the cycles to be down.
Right.
So, but now you see that the Austria team, they pull out the ball in the corner, and that's actually a perfect time for Spain to breathe. So it's harder. It would be harder for the Spanish team to hold the defense if Austria played the ball closer to the goal.
So, for example, the way the Norwegian women play, to have someone go above and then pass down.
Yeah. Or like they did in the German against Sweden match that we had before the break, where the Germans delivered the ball a lot closer to the goal. That makes it a lot more stressful for the defending team.
And now a good shot.
Yeah, they have a lot of good deliveries of the ball, Austria, I think.
He's coming from above 15. Schneiderbauer.
Okay. Let's see. It's a free ball, looks like it.
Free throw.
Yes,
White.
for Austria.
No.
No, for Spain.
Free throw. Sorry. Free throw, blue.
Okay, for
Austria.
Holding the basket.
Holding the basket. So I think it was the goalie that holding the basket. Or it might be actually the defender. If you see the Spanish defender now, he kind of grabs the baskets to hold on, to place himself. And that's easy to do without actually knowing you're doing it. And when you have a free throw so close to where you want to score, usually it's a good way to start an attack. But that's something you get better doing if you played a lot of rugby, because then you usually have a plan what to do when it happens. But for being a young, unexperienced team like Austria, they do a lot of. It looks like they have a good plan, and it looks like every player know what they're gonna do, and they are almost every time 3 or 4 people down, and that shows they have a good communication between them as players.
Well, Spain has held on to the ball for a while here. They needed to do that to get a break.
Yeah, it could be smart of them to breed up and collect the team before they try to go in and score. And maybe what they're trying to do is to pull out the attackers, so it's fewer people to swim through when they're going in trying to score. As I said, on the Spanish team you have number 11 and number 5 and number 8 that I think is the most experienced players in Spain.
And you've run into them before at Champions Cup and various.
Yeah, and then you have number 15 on the Austria team. Looks like Andreas. He looks like one of the most experienced players there as well. Looks like he went to the European Championship in 05 and in 10. It's lots of years ago. Don't remember they have an Austria team then, but he's some age older than the rest of the team, so he might be one of the good and oldest that have scrambled a new team. So this could be maybe a future team that we can see much more of in the World and European Championships.
Oh, nice.
See, Benjamin, if you're writing in
Free throw, blue.
in another
Holding.
language than English or Norwegian, I can't understand you. So I'm guessing you're cheering for Austria.
Timeout, white team. Timeout, white team.
Then Spain takes a timeout.
A good call.
I don't know, because I think that the coach just wanted to take a little pep talk, because it didn't happen anything specific in the game. So I'm just guessing he wants to deliver a collective message to everyone, because it's not easy to give directions when they're playing, because you can just talk to the ones sitting on the bench.
There's been a lot of intensity in the attacking by Austria, so I'm surprised the goal hasn't been scored. And probably Austria is going to be frustrated in another 4 or 5 minutes if they don't score. The half is almost, we've got 5.5 minutes roughly left.
Yeah, they played for 10. Yeah, because they played, I think they played solid, but they're doing kind of the right things with how they dive for each other, the positions, but again, the most difficult thing to do in underwater rugby is the strategy of scoring a goal. But when you have so long matches like this, the first half might just be kind of like getting to know who they're playing against and kind of getting in the flow, and then the last half of the match you might see that either one of the teams are getting more tired or they get more confidence on trying something to score, because I know that both teams want to have a goal in this match, because it will depend on their position and their next game and who they're going to play against next time.
So can these matches end in a tie, or will there have to be some sort of deciding penalty shootout or overtime? Must be. There has to be a result.
I think they're going to have that.
Overtime.
Yes. So if it's standard CMS rules, they're probably going to have 15 minutes with the sudden death. And if that doesn't work, they have penalties, and then it's 3 and 3 penalties each team, and then it's 1 and 1. So it doesn't get any help. You see, it's one Spanish player against 4 Austria players.
He could have made a hit immediately when he went in, though. He hesitated for a second.
Only 5 guys there.
Okay,
Wrong change.
The referee on the land, he's looking at the Austria team and wondering, he think maybe they have 1 player too much in the water, looks like.
Too many players in the water. Blue team. 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that's
too many players.
Kind of
7 in the water.
It actually happens sometimes,
too
even on
and
senior
2
level.
minute penalty. Blue team.
That
White free throw.
They forget and they jump out.
1 in the bench. Someone who was in the water.
Yeah, so this is a team penalty where the team gets to choose who's gonna sit on the penalty for 2 minutes, which means that the Austria are gonna have to play with 5 players in the water.
Wait for the horn. Wait for me.
There was some confusion there. They didn't believe that they had actually done that, and but you have to be sitting. You have to be sitting on the bench. 6 players.
I think this is kind of a typical thing that happens when you have an unexperienced.
Blue team timeout.
Unexperienced team.
He asked that before I gave the horn.
The thing is when
Blue team timeout.
The thing is that it can happen to everyone that you have too much player in the water, but the difference between experienced and not experienced team is often that it happened before, so you have a plan. So it now looks like the Austria team, they took a timeout to explain everyone at the team so they understand what's happening. Because what they usually do when you have just 5 players in the water is you have 2 goalies, 2 defenders and 1 attacker. Because you will always need 2 people on.
And the forwards, the attackers, will dive once for a long time, then come straight out and have a high frequency circulation.
Yeah, so the one attacker changes with the one on land. And then they have, So they took a timeout now, and I saw, I think, the captain, which was, who is the captain on the...
Captain is of Nuntenfeld.
Matthias.
Yeah.
Matthias is the captain, number 47. So he explained for the team what's happening, and now they look just calm, waiting. So this would be a great opportunity for Spain to get the goal, because they have one more player in the water.
I don't think it will be so easy for them.
Yeah, I'm guessing white. It's quite
Free
easy.
throw.
Quite easy
Blue.
quite easy to see, because
Pushing.
you see the one white
That's like
player
holding.
that was closest to our camera, or the judge now. He moved the defender without having the ball. So it was a blue free throw, because you can't move a player on the opposite team without having the ball.
Do you think Austria will try and score now, or will they just try to hold on to the ball?
The smart thing to do would be to just keep the ball in the team and not risk losing it, and then end up in defense.
To go up and down here on the side.
Yeah, just have the ball in the Spanish side, and then just keep the ball moving without
Free
trying to
throw,
risk
blue.
anything. It looks like
Triangle.
the Spanish team are quite anxious to get the ball, because they just got another free throw, the blue team.
Yeah.
And again, it seems like when you have the opportunity to do free throw on the attack side, it's a good opportunity to actually score, and it looks like they don't have much plans. But now you can see 47 Matthias. Playing. This is the captain going in, trying to score. Ooh, they don't have. He's sitting on the goal instead of playing. Oi, 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 oi! Well done. Yes, that's quite
Go.
74.
Blue number 74.
The
Artner.
Akos.
74.
Akos Artner,
He's
yeah.
a very young player. He's just 26. It's impressive since they are an experienced team, and they were still playing. I think, they were still playing with just 5 players in the water. So scoring when there are one less player in the water is very good.
They forgot to stay on the side and
Yeah.
pass up and down.
But they did. But they looked like Spain struggled to have goalies. It was open a lot, so I don't know what happened there.
But maybe Spain will come up with something now.
Let's see, Thomas.
Shankly? No.
He is. It looked like it was 74 Akos that scored.
Yes, it was.
And Sultan says that Spain should have been fast with the free throw, as long as they had a man at the basket and shouldn't wait a few seconds once also defense got into place. That's a good point. That's a way of. But again, it's kind of a thing that you get better of doing when you have a lot of players that have done it before, and it's not easy to organize a quick free throw if you haven't talked about it before the match. Some teams actually have trigger words that the one that usually takes the free throw is usually a specific person or a specific position that takes the free throw, and he or she decides how the free throw is going to be. And some teams, I know we do it on the junior team in Norway, they have like these words they can just shout out, and then you know
Free
if it's
throw,
going to be
blue
a
team.
quick one or if you're going to don't stress about doing it quick. So here you go, Sultan. They're Austria.
Blue team, 27.
They're Austria. Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute.
That's Thomas.
Check.
That's Thomas that scored the goal, number 27 Austria. But there you have it. They had the free throw and they did it so quick that the Spain didn't actually understood it was happening. So it's a good way of. It's the first time they actually use the free throw for something strategically smart. Yeah, I was wondering the same, Benjamin, if Thomas was the captain, because it stands on our paper that it is Matthias, but I've seen him play and he doesn't have the captain band on his arm. So they might have changed without telling us.
Or it could be a mistake in the protocol, but
Yeah.
shouldn't be. But
Usually you have to say to the judges who's the captain, so it's correct in the papers. But I can see now when I get out of the pool, if you can see the captain here, the captain is number 15. Looks like it. Andreas, yeah, it's the guy, the most experienced player in Austria. He's
Andres Neidebauer, yeah.
Andreas. I'm not gonna try to say the surname because, as I said in last match, people say if I try to speak anything like German, Austria, I sound like a drunk Swiss person.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna try saying it. I'm happy they have a lot of easy first names. Jan Ove is even a Norwegian name. I can try to ask Sultan if he can do something with the camera. Oh, thank you, Anne. The Austrian clubs are around since 70s. That's maybe older than Norwegian teams. But do you know why they haven't been in the competition in grass or because
They were in Graz. Austria.
Austria were in grass?
Austria was in Graz.
Oh my God! Excuse me, my fault. But then they're gonna then I think they have their quite new team because it doesn't stand on any of the players that they went to any world championships. So please, if you know more, just tell me, Anna. Because I'm watching at this players book we got, and I don't see any of them have the merits of being at the World Championship. So either they have a really new team, or it's
Well, the
written
World
up.
Championship was in Austria, so they had it for sure. They had a team.
Yeah, but I see that if I watch at the players list here,
All right,
we
we'll
have Andreas, number 15, the captain. He played in European Championship in 05 and 10. But then all the other players here doesn't have any merits.
Did they write down?
On doing any world champions or European champions. So either it's a brand new team or we don't have the information. So it would be really nice if somebody at the stream know, because then we don't say the wrong things. But then I understand why they play such solid, the Austria team, because it looks like they know what they're doing. But they should have had a plan what happens when they...
This guy is new, 57, Jan Kinderman, the guy with the beard, because he was coaching the Austrian women in Graz. He was the women's coach.
He was. He didn't play against Austria when he was in Graz.
No.
Believe me, we know. Why do you say that one? You played against them? Do somebody at the stream know which place they got in Graz? Would be nice to know.
You were in Graz.
I were in Graz, but I didn't.
You were in a bubble.
Yeah. I just know who I played against.
Yeah.
And that's it would be cool to play against all teams when you traveled far and have trained a lot. But again, if we were going to play against all teams every time we went to a championship, we'd be there for 2 weeks. And I think a lot of us would be injured before we even came to the final.
Yeah. A week is a good length for a championship.
So for Norway, the women team to play against Austria and Switzerland, I think for a lot of us it was the first time we played against them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good testing. Yeah.
Six players.
All right. So Austria has a 2-0 lead now starting the second half, and I think they're going to just keep trying to score. They're not going to be super conservative. They want to play and practice scoring, and because if you practice just going up and down, you might lose your sharpness. You want to execute.
Yeah, I see we got a lot on the stream telling us a little bit. Maybe you already know, Davrel, but the Australian got the seventh place
Free throw.
in the World Championship.
White team. Holding.
So that's very perfect, because I don't know every team on this European Championship. So it's really great when we have people watching the stream. They can tell us more.
You're here as expert commentator. You're not historian.
Not an historian, but it's a lot more fun when you kind of feel like you know a little about the players. So that's the nice thing about the comments on the stream. But Gabriel, you're more like the historian.
Yeah, I've been to these. I remember you from 2011.
Yeah.
But what do you think is going to happen now? Do you think Spain can get back into this match?
Yeah, leading 2-0. If Austria doesn't focus, it's not easy, but it can quickly turn if they lost focus and the Spanish team managed to do some good attacks. We already see now that the Spanish team are in attack and they've been holding the ball for a while. But I think, is it the same? I think it's another the free throw for Spain.
Free throw. White team. Holding.
All right.
Holding.
Now, Spain's on the attack. Can you point out where the forwards are so that people can understand how the forwards are supposed to keep the Spanish out? Where is that a forward up there? 7.
You see number 7 is probably a forward.
You think so? Yeah.
But the thing forwards should do is try to come behind the player that has the ball to be in their blind spot, because it's a lot more easier to catch the ball by surprise.
But they can also be in front and block the way.
Yeah, it's kind of a strategic move. Some teams do that. They have a forward that stands kind of tall in the middle, but it's harder to get the ball when you do it, because like the Spanish team with the ball, they see the forward all the time, so it's easier to kind of deliver,
Blue number 8.
deliver the ball. But if
warning for holding the basket.
Holding the basket. Okay, so
warning to
Free throw white.
warning to Austria for holding the basket.
and by holding the basket means they were holding themselves there so that they could.
I don't know if it was the defender or the goalie that hold the basket, but usually when they do the warning, if they see it one more time, they might
2 minutes.
give the team 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because he didn't say a specific to a specific player, so it's more like a
Team warning.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that it was officially a warning. But they can decide afterwards, the referees, whether they meant that it was a warning before or not.
Oh yeah, but he stopped the game and said
Yeah.
warning, so that's official warning.
Yeah.
Then they are allowed to do the penalty afterwards because they already gave them a second chance. I think it's the defender, because if you see the defender on the Austria team, he has his fingers in the goal, and it's difficult for the judge to know if it's holding or if it's just having your hand there. I think maybe they're getting a little bit tired. They looked more fresh in the movement, Austria, the first half.
They swam a great deal in the beginning.
Now they're actually trying to deliver the ball to places where there aren't players. That's kind of actually just makes it harder, because then they lose the ball. But Spain now has been a lot in attack, so they just need a good way to try to score.
I think that Austria is just blocking their way in. They're not trying to strip the ball away. If you see the forwards are just lurking.
Thanks for the information on the stream. Great.
No, Austria's just trying to stop them from going in now.
Yeah. It would be a little bit smarter to actually win the ball and just play the ball in the corner on the Spanish side. Yeah, because it's more stressful actually having the ball in your own defense. But as long as the Spanish players only play in the corner, it's an opportunity for the goalie and the defender to just breathe. Now they got a blue free throw. I'm guessing either one of the Spanish players had their feet on the ledge.
Holding.
Or holding, yeah. So either Austria is getting a little bit tired, or the Spanish team is more collected in how they play with each other, because it's a lot more calmness in the play now.
Well, Austria doesn't need to score, do they? They've got a 2-0 lead, and they're going to sit on it now, it looks like. They're just passing it up and down.
Yeah, but this is the best way to just
kill the clock.
Use up time, because it's not very hard just delivering the ball in the attack, and smart going in, trying like trying to maybe go in just to check if it's an opportunity and then take the ball out again and deliver.
So how are the Spanish going to get the ball back?
I would have said to the defenders that they need to, when they change who's down with the goal, they turn around and kick out to attack the one with the ball.
To help the forwards.
Yeah, and then the forwards can look at like the defender did now.
And Oyvind knew he would yell at people. He said, "I told you to do this, so that you better do it." Would you tell your team, if you were coaching, to get out there, the defenders, when they finish their dive, they've got to go?
Yeah, or it's like I don't actually need to tell them so much because we all know that's what we do. If we need the goal and they're playing defensive in our corner, it's kind of the typical strategy is that the defenders, they push underneath and then the forwards push on the top.
You don't even need to explain it, yeah.
You kind of sandwich them.
Yeah.
And that's the most effective way to get the ball.
So you can't be on the Norwegian national team if you don't know this?
You will learn it when you're on it.
So now they're trying, like you said, to see if they could do something.
But just remember, Davril, I'm not on the Norwegian national team anymore. I'm here as an
expert. No, I'm
commentator.
I'm just saying that your experience about how it works.
Yeah, where I'm more like I'm the junior coach for the girls team.
Right, you told me that. And
so I would learn them that how they win the ball is doing that.
Right.
And then they know when they come to the senior level.
So right now, Austria is sitting pretty.
Yeah. If they do like this, it's going to be quite boring to watch.
7 minutes to go. But it will not be boring. I don't think you will allow that, Amanda. So
they're trying. Opportunity. So if I think Spain, they're a little bit stressed. 2 people at the same ball.
They didn't know that they were on the same team at that moment.
No, they have to go down more than 3 people. Eek.
Oh, that's a little clever holding there.
But it's like you have 4 Austria, also 4 players from Austria. Oi! 4 players from Austria and 2 players from. There, yeah, very good. Look like one of the goalies changed, and then at the same
42.
time, Spain lost the ball in the attack, and then they rushed over, and
that
you can see that number 42,
Paul Rosenkrantz.
So
time out, blue team.
All right.
Timeout on Austria team. So. But it's kind of like when you got nothing to lose, like Spain right now. It's they should. It's a much more fun and gives more opportunity to play offensive and just try to make goals, and then being defensive and just let the Austria team play the ball in the corner. And often when you play like that, you will have goals like this when it's a lot of players up in the attack, and then if they lose the ball, it's very critical for Spain when they rush over.
So I think there have been some substitutions now. I think
it looks like
99 and 61. So Carl Richter Trumme and
91.
David Schwartz.
91 goes out.
Or in.
91 goes out. And 99 maybe goes in.
Yeah. Yes, David Schwartz. So that will give Austria some new energy, the two new players, and they'll be able to chase hard. And
They look like 91. Let's see. Yes. Gösel, maybe.
yeah.
It's the correct way saying the surname. He went out, and then 99. David went in.
So even more points could be racked up here by Spain because Austria is not covering the basket anymore.
But does someone at the stream know if it's a lot of new players in the Austrian national team? Or if it's just lack of information on our side that we don't know if because if Austria went to the World Championship, it doesn't look in our paper like a lot of the players that are here today are the same.
I think they are.
Okay, then we just lack the information then.
It could be, but they didn't learn to play very recently. They're mostly older players, aren't they?
No, it's quite young if you...
Do you think so? Okay.
Remember how old I am, and I feel quite young. They're in their 30s, most of them.
Yep.
And I say it's young.
All right.
No, they have 1, 2, 3. They have 5 players under 30. And they have 9 players under 35.
Okay.
So I think
that's
it's
a good thing.
quite young.
Yeah. It's all a perspective, right? How old you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you asked me 10 years ago, they were old. In the underwater rugby world, if you're under 35, it's quite young because it's not about being the strongest and the fastest. It's also about being smart and understand the strategic and tactics about the game. And you need a lot of years playing before you're comfortable and managing to do all of it at the same time.
You're
And
trained.
also underwater rugby is a kind of a grown-up sport, so a lot of players don't start playing it before they're 20.
Unless they grew up in Ålesund.
In Ålesund, yes.
Yeah.
Unless they have like one very motivated person that recruits young players. Like, for example, in Colombia, they have a lot of young players.
Yeah. So now there are 4 minutes roughly left, and it's a 4-0 lead for Austria. So it's pretty hopeless now for Spain. They'll call roughing for that.
Yeah, Lisa says it's some new players, but most have been playing longer.
Yeah.
Anne means it's hardly any new players.
Team warning, blue team, for using fixed points. Team warning.
For using what?
Blue team.
For using what?
Free throw, white.
For using something, I don't... Okay. I trust you, Anne. The average age of players, women and men, someone asks. You have thought about that before, David? What's the average playing age for men and women?
Are you talking about national teams or clubs or?
I think probably in this setting, the average age on national teams. I would guess it's older on the men's side than the women's side.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean,
But that's mostly because on the lucky part of being a man, you don't get pregnant. So you lose a lot of women players because they get pregnant and want to have like 3 kids, and then they're gone for like 8 years.
Blue team, number 61.
Okay, we
Holding
have
on to the ball.
we have 2. No, Austria only plays with 4 players. Exciting for
Number 8.
Spain, and they
Number
have
8.
also the penalty throw.
Number 8. Number 8. Stop delaying the game. Warning number 8, delaying a game.
Okay. The referee on land, he's warning Austria team now because they're delaying the game. And I think one of the 2 minutes he threw out was because of that, and then the second one, I don't know, I think it was holding or something. So now Austria plays with just 4 players in water, and Spain has a great opportunity to actually score a goal.
Two players in the penalty box.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now they have a great opportunity to score, but I think any second now they will go back to 5 players in Austria.
Oh, this is a really hard, rough play now.
Yeah, I think Spain wants to get the ball and try to score, and Austria just want to make the time go. So they're not interested in playing the ball anymore. They just want to kill time. Come on, Spain! Ooh!
Oh.
That's a good feeling. Very nice. I think they deserve that because they got scored on when they had one more last time.
What number?
That's a kind of a. I think it's the one of the.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Number
Spain.
6. No.
I think. Seoul.
Time out. White team.
Thank you. Lisa has the age information here. The Norwegian women was the oldest team. And Colombia women. Norway women, 37. Huh. I don't know, were we really that old in Graz?
In Graz?
Yeah. I don't know, I haven't... I know that the men's team for Norway, they were quite high average age, but now at the European Championship, they have a lot of young new players from Ålesund, from the recruiting town Ålesund. So I think the average age in Norway for men now, it's quite much lower.
2 minutes left in this game, and it's now 4-1. So Spain scored. We never figured out who it was who scored the goal, though, did we?
It was number 6, he said.
Timeout's over.
Saul, 27.
It was 27? I don't see it.
But I think it looked like there was Spain scored.
Oh yeah, Spain. That's what we're looking for.
But I think it looked like Carlos, number 15, but it's not always so easy to see with the masks and hats and snorkels.
Here we go.
But he said number 6.
Number 6 is
Yeah.
Saul
But
Quintero.
it's kind of, when you have
Busigo,
like 4 players
27
against
yeah.
6, you should score. So I think that was really good for the confidence on the Spanish team that they actually scored, because they let in a goal when they played 6 against 5 from the Austria team.
He really smashed that ball in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably a confidence boost for Spain. But yeah, now it's 1 minute left about, and Austria has the ball, and I'm guessing they're just gonna play safe.
This is the end of this game, really. So you said it would be very boring if they swam up and down, but that's not how it turned out exactly.
Yeah.
1 minute, 1 minute remaining.
No, Silvia says it was number 15. Then I was correct. More than the referee.
Yeah.
Because I know Carlos and I recognized him. Then I was correct. Then I should go check with the referee later, so he gets his goal.
Goal. Blue number 61.
Blue number 61.
Snap back. So 61. Who was that? It was Carl Richter Tumme.
Yeah. No, the Spanish players looks a little tired over there. But I think they did a good match.
They didn't come to lose.
No, they didn't. But as I said, like one of the players on the Spanish team, he plays in Oslo with me in Akkaren. So I don't know if all the players in that plays for Spain actually play a lot together.
Well, there's more than one club, too. So anyway, that's the game.
Yeah. Very good. They're cheering Austria.
And that was really important because it's the first game after group play.
Yeah, they look really happy.
Yeah.
I think it's very important, even though I think it was some attitudes under the game where they kind of maybe was a little bit angry on each other, that they're now high-fiving and thanking for the game. It's important to stay friends after the game.
Because we all go meet at the
party.
The party,
yeah.
Okay.
So you can be enemies in the water, but friends when you're done playing. It's important.
So how did you enjoy Marius Bune's decision? Marius Bunes, he got Benjamin to come here for your club, Benjamin, and you got to commentate with him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Benjamin. Yeah, that's fun.
He's good.
Yeah, I know him since I started playing rugby.
So.
But should we?
We can turn off if you want to rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So hit the mute button.
So we're gonna come back, me and Deborah.
We are. We have to come back.
And thank you for all the help on the stream. So we got to know Austria a little bit better, and we will back. When is the next match? Huh? 20? About 20 minutes. We're back.
Good.
So yes.
All right. Hit the mute button then.
Adios.
2, 1.
schneller sein. Ja, ja. Also so ist es so. Die wollen genau das gleiche wie wir, die wollen eins weiterkommen. Und die sind ein bisschen. Ah, willst du? Hast du nicht ein Quali geben? Nein. Ja.
All right, we're live again. This is the Norwegian Diving Federation live stream from Stavanger, Norway. And we are about to start the final game of today. And this is between Great Britain and Switzerland. The format of this competition means that even though these teams came out on the bottom of their groups, they still could win everything if they just keep going through and winning and winning and winning. So it's a really fair format that you have a chance to come up. But of course the problem is that if you win these matches, you'll meet the very toughest team, and probably that will be the end. So this is I don't know.
It's kind of the toughest way to go to the final. If you start losing, you can still win, but it's a tougher road to the gold than for the people that start winning.
There you can see the UK lineup.
Yeah, there we also have the number 18. That's Lou, another club teammate in Oslo.
And you helped coach him? Not really.
No.
Just play.
Just play.
Yep.
He's on the men's team, so he has another coach. I'm not the coach for Akkaren ladies team.
Okay.
So I think that's Kjellaug Hurlen. She plays on the national team.
Yep.
So since you mentioned Lou earlier,
You could.
yeah, but I think kind of the Britain team is a little bit like the Spanish team. I think they have a lot of players that don't necessarily lives in
The same city? No.
the same country.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that will affect how they play together.
It can't help.
But again, it's not their first match, so maybe they play better now than they did the first match.
Absolutely. They should improve with every match.
So
I mean, you when you get to play at the highest level, you start to react quicker because everything's happening quicker.
yeah, how do you mean?
Well, the more you play hard matches against teams that do things quickly, you start to play quicker also. Otherwise, you'll never have the ball. You just...
Yeah, survivor of the fittest. Yeah, and also you get to learn how to play with your own teammates. Because again, it's not easy to communicate when you play underwater rugby. You kind of have to have a plan before you start playing, because the only place you can talk is on the bench.
Yep.
And then you never talk to your whole team or the one you're actually playing with. So it's usually that a team plays better for each day in a competition, because they, especially if they, like I'm guessing that Great Britain have a lot of players that they don't usually play with because they live in another country, and then they kind of need to get to know each other for in the first matches. And I've heard that the Swiss team have Swiss cheese outfits. They're not old or dirty white outfits. It's just yellow. And it's I think it's funny because old white...
old yellow.
Yeah, old white bathing suits, or like the suits we use in underwater rugby, they tend to turn yellow because of the chlorine in the water over time. So I was just clarifying that it's not that the Swiss team have a lot of old suits that turn yellow, it's the Swiss cheese.
Ready?
Okay.
Blue team ready? White team ready?
That's good. Good. That's a good, important. I didn't realize that.
And I think I saw when they have the blue suits, they have a chocolate.
All right.
Because that's three things Switzerland are known about. It's
Chocolate?
cheese, chocolate, and underwater rugby.
Not watches.
No. Or skiing.
Okay. Well, now, do you have any prediction about this?
Yet again, I'm a green person on these two teams. I remember Great Britain on the women's side from Graz. We played against them. That was kind of a new team, new for each other. And one of the captains on the women team was a Norwegian player from Bergen. And what I noticed was that they had a lot of good spirit. They were really good cheering on each other.
Well,
So let's see.
important. Yeah.
And the Swiss play from the corner. And Lou, the guy that I know best, number 18, that kicked out from the goal now, took the ball. He's a big guy. I think he played rugby in his younger days in England. Like
Rugby on land. Yeah.
rugby on land.
Right.
But he crushed both of his knees and hips and everything. So I think a lot of inside of him is metal. So he had to start to doing something less harsh, and then he turned to water. Started with rugby there instead.
So this is basically therapy for him.
Yeah, it's his way of still playing rugby.
Right. So.
But he's had a lot of good development the last years with playing with us in Norway, and he's a big guy, and he starts now to kind of move more fast. He plays a defender, so he has a good reach. It's not easy to go through him if he has control over you, because he's almost 2 meters long.
Yeah. So Britain's holding on to the ball so far, and the Swiss are defending. And now finally the Swiss get the ball. But they lose it, so they're going back on defense, holding.
It's a
Free throw.
blue free throw.
It's a blue free throw.
They look very calm, both sides. It's like it's a very calm game. I can almost.
What do you mean by?
No, it's not. When you're in a match, you know, we have to win to get the best position. Usually have a lot of energy and maybe shouting, and it looks like both teams are probably very concentrated, and then they just use their energy to play, not to talk so much. So both benches with the substitutes, they just sit down and breathe, and they don't talk much.
And what do you think of the pace of the game right now?
Looks like
the speed.
It's a lot of holding and scrums in the water that slows down a lot of the game. I think also they're trying to kind of find out how to play against each other.
The Swiss are making an attack now.
Yeah, looks like they like to go in the corner and start from there.
Well, the British have a very stable defense right now. So the Swiss will have to risk the ball if they want to get in. and we could see
Yeah.
that there's a forechecker.
Yeah, because you had one on the other side of the bucket, and then you have the one with the ball in the corner. That what they would have needed there is somebody in between, because the guy in the corner with the ball couldn't deliver the ball on the other side. So it's we sometimes use it in Norway, where we have the goalie that goes down on the opposite side of the goal, and then we have the one with the ball in the corner, kicking from the corner, and then they swim like outside the goal, and they have another person behind them, and so they can choose if they want to deliver the ball backwards to the one behind or on the other side, where the second player is waiting for the ball.
By the other side of the basket, yeah.
Yeah. And the defender then needs to choose which one
to go for.
Yeah, and then if you have your eyes with you as the one that carries the ball, you choose the one that the defender doesn't choose.
Okay.
But to make that happen, you have to do it real quick. We call it trekant in Norwegian.
Trekant, okay.
Yeah. Threesome. It's a funny name.
So now Britain's got the ball, and they're
White free throw.
okay.
White free throw to the Swiss cheeses.
I can't stop. I haven't had dinner yet, so I can't stop thinking about it. Maybe they'll have fondue at the hotel.
True.
All right. What will they do with this free throw?
Seems like they take their time. Let's see. I think it's the same for Great Britain as we had with the Austria team, that they haven't delivered in their information about their merits, because it stands here they haven't been at the World Championship, but I know they have been there.
Yes.
So.
Or you could tell the organizers that these booklets have to be updated.
Yeah, but they're on paper, so it's difficult to ask someone to go there with the pen and write it in.
We'll have to do that.
Let's see if it's different for the.
So Britain's got a very stable defense here, and
Yeah, but they don't. I think it's stable because it doesn't look like the
they're not doing
Swiss
anything.
team even tries to go in and score. It looks very defensive, both
sides.
Both sides, yeah.
But now there's a scrum in the middle of the water, and the ball squirts out, taken back by the Swiss.
Mm. Let's see. Here we go. Looks like number 3, Marcel, from the Switzerland team. He's been at 4 World Championships and 2 European Championships. Same with number 7, Matthias Dufour. I'm sorry if I pronounced that mistakenly.
Oh, here come.
Yeah, then we have some information in the chat. Perfect.
Yeah.
My little helpers.
Here are the Brits. Oh, they lost it.
Harriet, none of these players have been to the European Champs before, but they were in grass.
Yeah. So there was a bit of pressure there by the Swiss, and the Brits have had more difficulty getting the ball. I would have thought they would have been more aggressive in chasing down the Swiss.
Yes.
They need two players. You talked about it already, that the back should come off, and when they finish their dives anyway, before they're going to exchange, they should go out to chase.
Chase.
Yep.
what we call a sandwich.
A sandwich
When you have the
with Swiss cheese in the middle.
yeah, sandwich with the Swiss cheese in the middle. That would be perfect recipe for the Great Britain right now. Hello, hello from Colombia. That's funny. That's cool that people from
Oh,
Colombia
they're coming.
watch
It's
us.
pushing over on the... Oh, that was a good attack. And now Britain has a chance to take it to the other side of the pool.
Swim.
And that's Nando Lewis. And he turns it over to 24.
3 against 2. Is it gonna
Ironside.
be a goal? Oh, it's really
Smith.
difficult to see. Because there were 3 blue against 2 whites. I mean, that's funny. No, I think the Great Britain has turned on a little bit. A little more hungry to score a goal. Come on. Okay, let's see. Is it a penalty?
Penalty shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Penalty.
Penalty for Great Britain.
4.
Let's see who's gonna take it and who's gonna...
Shoulder in the basket. Penalty for shoulder in the basket.
So it's wedging. And
Wedging, is that the right word for
it's one way to say
wedge?
it.
Yeah, because
Wedging.
to giving someone a
oh.
wedgie, it's it's what I think about when you say it.
Yeah.
It's quite different because I usually talk rugby in Norwegian, so all the words are different in English.
Of course, yeah. So
You do the change.
no, in rugby, if you give someone a wedgie, that's 2 minutes.
Yeah,
So
not if you don't do it on purpose.
No.
yeah.
If it's on purposely, you might just get the warning.
Okay. But
I don't know if a wedgie is 2 minutes. We have to ask the referee afterwards.
all right, who's coming? Who's going to shoot this now for number 8? Who's number 8?
Number 8, Great Britain. That's Nick Harvey.
Ready?
Sounds like
Ready?
a rock star.
All right. The goalkeeper got down quite well.
Yeah.
Got his feet
I
out.
would
Very good.
make him get on the top of the bucket and then underneath his back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, perfect. Go ned, go ned, go ned. Come on. Oh my God. Oh.
Did he drop the ball?
That's no. He didn't want to go, but he took a chance. The Swiss. Oi. Who took a chance?
Going up to get air.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often.
No, but usually if they do, you never actually manage to get down again at the same time.
That was Krzysztof Kozicek who did that.
Play
Yeah.
number 8.
So it's quite.
Nick Harvey scored, yeah, and
Yeah,
the rock star.
it's quite. So you
White
take a
timeout.
chance if you go up and breathe, but he
White
managed to
timeout.
go down again. So I think he just stressed out really the Great Britain player because usually you don't do that. So I think he got shocked when he saw him aside of him in the surface.
Actually, I didn't look over. Did you look at the water? I wasn't looking at the water, but I didn't see him at all.
Yeah, I looked at the screen and then the water. I started talking in
Okay.
Norwegian when I when I get stressed. I forget to talk in English.
That's all right. You can fill us in on what you said then.
Wasn't important.
No, it wasn't important. But you were shocked anyway, and I haven't
I
seen.
just shouted like go down, because I saw that number 8 didn't see that the Swiss player went up for breathe.
I forgot to look at the 45-second clock, but there couldn't have been that much time left when
No,
they put it in.
I think it was the Swiss that took a timeout now before they start playing again.
Yeah. But anyway, you will remember this. This is a little bit exciting.
Remember what?
You'll remember this. It was a little unusual.
Oh yeah, yeah, I will.
The Brits are coming over. These guys are pretty big, some of them, so that's not easy to stop them.
I think it's quite. They're quite alike. It looks like they change who's keeping the ball a lot. So it seems like both teams actually have a lot play in the attack.
Yeah.
But as you see, if it's oh no, it's 4 people down to 3. That's a very good sign. That's good of Great Britain if they see the one person actually taking the shot and start swimming to try to score with the ball, that you as a team player just need to dive as well and try to help. Because if you just stand in the surface watching, it won't work, because then you just dive down trying to do something alone against 3 people.
Yeah, that's...
So
that
that's good, shows good team play.
You got to be there for your teammates.
Yeah, even though if it wasn't a good chance, if you see your team player take a dive, you just have to follow up, so you ensure you don't lose the ball.
And right now the Swiss are down 3 by the goal and trying to come over, but they're... Yeah, they've got the ball stripped away, so a long pass down to the bottom and a fast break. We have...
A new chance for Great Britain.
Ashley Mollinson came all the way over, passed it over to who got the pass. But
it's a little more exciting in the game now, because in the start they played a little slow and they just kept being in the corner. Very nice.
Ben Aspet.
Was it?
Ben Aspet.
Number...
Score player number 5.
Number 5. Ben. Okay.
Good goal.
I didn't actually see it,
but
because I watched comments on the stream.
he swam in the middle and jammed it through.
Yeah. No, I was just saying when they scored that it's starting to be a little more exciting watching the game, because they're starting out to be a little bit more offensive. In the start, they just pulled the ball in the corner and delivered it to each other. But now I see, especially Great Britain is starting to go straight ahead to the goals, trying to score every time they have the ball.
Well, once you've got a lead, it's easier to take that risk. You don't have to worry quite as much.
Ooh. Doesn't the suits doesn't look as yellow in the screen when they're in pool?
It doesn't look like Swiss cheese sandwich.
No, but I promise you, if you've seen them live like we do, Devrel wants to go and have fondue afterwards.
Either that or go back and bleach my old underwear. So that you can't stop thinking about what it looks like.
I think it's really funny, because this is the yellow color is the reason why we always threw out our white bathing suits. It's kind of the signal when you have to buy a new one, when it turn up yellow. But I think it's a funny idea, because it's like how foreigners people think about Switzerland, cheese and chocolate. I don't think that Swiss people think as much as foreign people do that Swiss is all about the chocolate and the cheese. So it's kind of a joke on themselves.
Well, Amanda, the thing is now, how are they doing though? They're rugby, the Swiss team.
There's something shouting here. I don't know. Oh yeah, they were shouting about the time.
Halftime, yeah.
Yeah, I just heard that the British team started yelling, and I didn't know what. And I think they meant that the time was out.
Yeah. So one of the problems with doing a commentary here, before we had the fan, it was really hot.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you could sit here and you could forget whether it's the first half or the second half, But we know this is the end of the first half.
Yeah.
The half coming now, so it will be the final match today.
Yeah,
Right.
this is it's the final match today. And
Does it still look like old Norwegian suits on the other side?
yeah,
It does. Okay.
but I think it's funny. I think it's funny on a lot of levels.
Maybe you can.
I'm probably gonna buy
Buy
no, but I'm probably gonna buy the one that came up with the idea of a beer on the party on Friday.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that,
Yeah.
Amanda. I'll remind you.
Just have to find out who had the idea.
It's probably come up now in the live
Yeah, the
chat.
chat has been quite slow, really.
Okay. But it's probably just Carlsberg. It's not that expensive.
No.
Or- no.
So I see that it's Bobby.
Is the coach? Yeah.
Is the coach, and he is actually from Australia,
All right.
and but he lives in Sweden. And I think he played for an Australian team on the Champions Cup or something.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I
probably.
think so as well. But now he's the coach for the Great Britain team. It's kind of fun.
Well, then I got to ask you a question. How is it at Champions Cup? People have asked me. They said, "I want to play Champions Cup. Can I join this club or that?" They're not that strict, are they? If you're at the bottom level, if it's a team that's not going to win, they don't care. Or
I
do they?
think that
Unofficially, just
I think that they are kind of
they do care.
yeah, they do care, but the thing is that they have so many teams, they don't have the resources to check it up.
Private detectives.
Because then they have to check up every teammate and look at their membership in their local club, and that's costs a lot of work. And I don't think Winnie, who organized it, have the time doing that.
No.
So it's based on a
honor system.
yeah, and of course it's more difficult to do it in a team that are good, because people know most of the team players there.
They might object.
And it's like what you do with WADA with the doping and stuff.
Yes.
That you don't check the teams that end up in the 13th place.
No.
You check the top 10.
Yes.
So it's the kind of the same. I think if it's a rumor, Vinny might check it, but he doesn't have the resources to check like 400 players in 30 different teams.
Okay. So anyway, that's just unofficial. I mean, just talking about how it is in real life, and that's.
Yeah, but I know that for us, like Nordic teams,
they would know.
Yeah, it's for us. It's like strict.
Yes.
So in Norway, it's.
If it's Boblen, it goes. It's Boblen. If it's
yeah. Because we fight against each other in Norway to get to champions, and then you can't have one player suddenly playing for Boblen and then played for, even though Boblen wouldn't want that player to come.
Yes.
And also it's kind of like you like to do competitions because it's fair and honest. It's not fun winning because you
top your team up with some stars.
Yeah, because you lied.
It's
the club championship.
Right.
It's not a national championship. And for the best teams, it's the club championship. Right. So you don't take with you more than what's in your club.
I think a lot of people appreciate what you've explained there. And we're about to start the second half here. And a 2-0 lead. Can the Swiss overcome this, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. They just have to use their chances more, because when they actually win the ball, that they do a lot, they need to go in and try to score goals like Great Britain have done, not deliver ball in the corner.
So they'll have to loosen up if they're going to manage to break through and score. They're going to have to play more aggressively.
Yeah, in attack. Because they don't need to play more aggressively in defense because they win a lot of balls. It's just that when they actually win the ball, they start just playing in the corner, like Austria did after they actually
Right. They had a lead. Yeah.
So they're playing like they're leading, but they're not.
That's a good one. Don't play like you're leading when you're not.
Yeah, quote for the day.
Yeah. All right, they're pushing there. Yeah, 99. Oh, he's in, he scored.
Aye.
That's Kozacek.
I really want to say
You're
I told
right.
you so.
Yeah. So Kozacek, he was the...
he was the guy that had the penalty.
That's right. So, so he's kind of cool guy.
The double diver.
Yeah.
And he also have these strange marks with the...
That's Swiss cheese.
No. I'm gonna have Swiss cheese at the commentary table tomorrow.
All right.
If they win.
All right. If they win.
But yeah.
They're back in the game now. And
they're back in the game.
You predicted it could happen, and sure enough. And now they've stolen the ball. Well, for sure, teams that are relatively inexperienced, their confidence can go up and down depending on the situation because they haven't been in these games that often before at this level.
That
So,
the inexperienced or the experienced people?
Well, I think if you're inexperienced, then you're more likely to feel excited or depressed by the changing situation because you're adjusting to a new experience. So
yeah, but that I can agree on. That I think you got more nerves when you're new and small things can feel very big because you haven't experienced before. And as I also said, it's a lot about game plan, and experienced teams have often a very solid game plan, so they always know what they do if something happens, even down to the detail. If you have a specific player, Lou again.
Oh.
I take the pride since he's my club companion.
So when they
that's a typical Norwegian way to score.
Right. So when Switzerland scored, then you were right and I was wrong, and now Great Britain scored, and you're right again.
But as I tried to say, that in experienced teams they usually have a so detailed plan that they know what to do if a specific player is out for 2 minutes, for example.
Right.
But in an unexperienced team, they usually don't have that overview. So small things could feel a lot more stressful.
And that wouldn't be a small thing in a game if you lost an important player. It can really bring a team down.
If that's kind of the player that glues the team together.
Yeah.
And they haven't tried to play without that player before, for example, but usually it's rare that you have a specific penalty on 2 minutes on a specific player. Then they usually have warnings, and you have to do a lot wrong
before you get punished by.
Yeah. So it's more often it's looked a little bit rough on the surface there.
But here Britain's coming over.
Trying again.
High speed.
Ooh.
And now they've got the back. Oh, the back's chasing him up. So even though these two teams are in many ways comparable in their lack of experience and their put together like this, but the Brits, they have more speed, explosive swimmers.
Yeah, looks like it. Or it's just maybe just a play style. It's heavy to, for example, have fought in attack like the Swiss team, and then they lose the ball, and then what the defending team do is to kick all the way on the floor, all the way over. It's really hard to stop that person.
Yeah.
So it's a great move to get an advantage when you try to score.
Counter.
I don't have the correct name for it in English, but what we call it in Norway is brudd I brudd. It's when you can try to find a word for it.
Yep.
Brudd I brudd, it's when you attack, lose the ball, and then you just win the ball straight ahead again. So you turn the game.
Brudd I brudd?
Brudd I brudd is a break in break.
Okay.
So that's the literal translation.
Okay, yes, I got it.
So it's when you are in attack and then you lose the ball, and a second later you win back the ball. And that's difficult for the defending team to turn around and go back on the goal and
that's
defender.
The Molde style that you get the...
No, it's not like specific Molde style. All teams can do it. It's just that I think
it's a good
in Norway we use it sometimes as an advantage.
Right.
That if we lose the ball, we know that if we win the ball straight ahead again, we have an opportunity to score.
Right.
But brudd I brudd happens in every game.
Right.
But I don't know if all teams use it deliberately to score a goal. That's more specific in Norwegian. But I know that Colombians do it as well.
Of course.
I think actually they have trained specifically as a tactique to score a goal, to actually almost on purpose lose the ball to win it again.
The poison dog.
Poison dog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can change.
So the goalie's lying there and you just put the ball into the goalie's hands and the goalie says what? And then they swim out, but someone comes right in, hits the ball.
Is that what they call it in Colombia?
Yeah.
What's dog in Spanish? Maybe someone at the stream knows. Poison dog.
I think that's what
Spanish.
it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, but the Colombians are extreme on drilling specific techniques to score. And I think the inspiration comes from how we do it in Norway, because we make it efficient when we lose the ball, and they start. But for us, it's more like impulsive. When it happens, it happens. We don't deliberately actually lose the ball.
No.
But I know that the Colombians have tried to kind of deliberately lose the ball to make that happen.
Well, you check and see. Someone will say what it's called exactly. I think it's called.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of Spanish people watching right now.
No.
Wait to see. Ask the question.
The Swiss are working around there, trying to get in there. Pushed out though. Oh, number 13. He's grabbing the leg.
Now they have like 2 against 3.
Very good attack here by Switzerland.
Oh, get the defender down. It's just a goalie there now.
They just
big opportunity for Swiss.
Switzerland. With 7 minutes left, they could get back in this game, as you said.
But then they have it still been 2 points to 1 point, but now it's 3-1, and looks like the Swiss have started to own the game again.
They've been on offense for quite some time now.
They had a really good start, the Britons, start of the second half. Oi, come on. No! Don't let them. Okay, the smart thing to do now would be to take a deep dive over, because it's much more difficult for the Swiss to. Difficult, 3-1.
Yeah. Okay.
They need more players to create.
Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay, surprising. That's very surprising. I don't really know what happened there.
Nando
'cause
Lewis.
was it Lewis again?
I think so.
Huh?
Yeah. Nando Lewis. So the reserve.
Ah, okay. Like I said, doesn't look like the goalie on the Swiss team was any pressured at all. Looks like both the defender
There must
and
have
the
been
goalie.
some kind of gap there. He just
Yeah,
jammed
it's
it
kind
through.
of strange because it can. He didn't look pushed. So either was it the Lou again?
Who scored? Nando Lewis.
Oh yeah, not my Lou.
No. So now Switzerland's in a deep hole, 4-1 with 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I think the Swiss had the opportunity.
They need to find the Brud.
Yes. But I'm unsure because it stands 4 against 1 on the screen there, but it's not 4 against 1, isn't it 4 against 2?
Did the Swiss score twice?
That's my mistake. Maybe.
Yeah. But now they're on the outside trying to establish some kind of control before they start going in again. But they have to go in.
They got nothing to lose now.
Yep.
Is it 4.5 minutes
Ball
left?
drops down, yes. Oh. A little bit of chaos here. Pushing the goalie probably. Yeah. So either the back or the goalie.
Blue free throw. No, no timeout.
Okay, 4 minutes left. Britain puts the ball into play. And I think it's Nando Lewis again. On the weak side. Swiss goalie gets the ball. And he's holding on to it. Number 7. Matthias Dufour was good. And now they're all the way over across to the other side of the pool. And they need to score.
Yeah.
I know. Good job.
Whee!
But holding.
Holding.
So the ball goes back to Switzerland.
Blue timeout.
Okay, British timeout. Don't know why they want a timeout now when they lead and it's just like how much time left?
3:20.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they want to change someone.
Blue timeout.
They already did. Hmm.
Blue. White free throw. White free throw.
Right. Looks like Bobby is explaining them a specific attack move. Now they know probably they're gonna win. It's gonna be hard for Swiss to win this game now. So Bobby's idea is maybe that they try to do something to check if they actually made it. You see the back of 24. His name is Ironside.
Yep.
Is that a real surname or a nickname, you think?
Ironside Smith.
Ironside Smith.
Yes. He's very fast. He's a fast swimmer. I think he's a former hockey player. Underwater hockey.
Pretty hardcore to be called Ironside.
It's such a name can exist.
Yeah. Yes, let's see if it looks like if the Britain managed to do something now with their timeout. Usually when they have a timeout so late, it's often because they have some specific strategic move they want to try out.
Oh, they stole the basket. Tried. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm excited to see what they're trying to do.
Coming in from above.
Yeah, it looks good. Don't lose the ball. Oi. It's kind of cool goal. I think actually it was like a basketball goal.
Blue player number
8.
Blue
Huh?
player number 8.
Nick Harvey.
It's what they would call a basketball game.
Too bad we don't have a
It's in
Instant replay.
the wall and then down,
yeah,
like in the square and the basketball curve.
right. It was off the backboard.
Yeah, and down. Maybe he's a former basketball player. You could ask him in your interview later.
Well, I think we're going to hurry back before the hotel takes all the food off the table. Oh, are you staying in?
Yes, I'm staying in Stavanger. I am.
Okay, so the Swiss are still coming in and attacking, and oh, they scored! They scored.
Ah, that's fun.
White player number.
It's easy when you know you're gonna win that you kind of turn off a little bit in your head, and then you let in a goal that you might
And it-
actually don't need to let in
No.
because you're kind of done with the game.
Yeah, it was Krzysztof Kozacek, the guy who did the interesting defense of the penalty shot.
The basketball player.
No. Just now this scored was it was the Swiss.
Yeah. Now it's 1 minute left. 10 seconds.
5-2.
So let's see if
Britain could score again, though, maybe.
they could score again. Or the
Or the Swiss could score again, but
Swiss.
it won't make a difference. No.
I think the results reflects the game.
Pretty accurately.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't look like we're gonna eat some Swiss cheese tomorrow.
no. Well, maybe at the breakfast buffet they might have some.
I only said they're gonna eat it if they win. Okay, it looks like they're playing in the surface now. It looks like the Britons or the Swiss. I don't know.
It's
It looks like they're just gonna kill time because they.
There's nothing left to do. Yeah.
No. Don't yell time when it's not time yet.
That's it.
And it's over. They look happy.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Swiss wanted to score more because they looked more happy, but the British team, but they're hugging and
It was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good game.
I enjoyed working with you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, are you going to start the day, or is it Mattis
No,
Valby?
I think I'm gonna Mattis Valby, a Swedish
Immigrant.
a Swedish immigrant, yeah, who lives in Molde actually. He's coming tomorrow. He was on the national Swedish team not many years ago, but he had to stop because of his shoulders.
Yeah, that's a shame.
He started to play a little bit in Molde now,
Oh,
but
really?
much for fun. I think it's more for fun than for serious.
He's a good player.
Yeah. So he's going to start with you tomorrow.
All right.
And then I will take over together with him, like in the early
All right.
afternoon, I think. So,
We can't do all the games all day. It's a long day.
yeah.
So we'll share.
But thank you on the stream, and have a good night.
Yep.
Eat some Swiss cheese.
All right. And clean your yellow suits or throw them away.
Yeah,
All
or
right.
throw them away.
Bye-bye.
Bye.